Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 36 of Chance Ball, and this one is titled Drunk Dabi is Best Dabi. Here is just a polite warning before we start. There is a scene in this chapter that I've had to skip quite heavily over, but as you all know, the completed book without any of the scenes being chopped out can be found on my Quirky Fanfics website. The link is free from my Patreon. Patreon is the same name as here, MLB224 Fanfics. Free to join to get to the website to read the scenes that have been taken out. If you dare. That I should add that in, if you dare. Okay, so without further ado, let's keep going on the chapter. He stood there calmly. Too calmly, actually, like a lion that had backed its prey into the corner and knew there was no way in hell that it could escape. The confidence of capture imprinted in every inch of his body language. No, you laughed nervously, back still against the wall. Get back! You held your hand out as if compelling him to stop with the force. You think you can stop me with just a hand? His voice was so charged and his eyes were so glazed over with lust that it was making your legs weak. He stepped towards you slowly, making you shift to the corner of the balcony, one hand gripped into the thin metal railing while the other was pressed against the wall. Dabi! You shouted in warning, big grin on your face. Stop! You can't stop me now, baby girl. I'm about to destroy that. No! You tried it again, clicking your fingers and pointing to the floor. Down, Dabi! It was at that point that he completely snapped and lost control, grabbing you around the waist and hoisting you up over his shoulder. You screamed with laughter as he carried you back inside and walked over to the bedroom door to lock it before marching you to the end of the bed and dumping you down onto it. You think you can tease me like that all night and not be punished? He growled, grabbing both your hands and placing them above your head on the bed, holding them there with one hand as he placed the palm of his other hand over your windpipe. Come on. Let me get you a drink, he said with a smirk, as he held his arm out for you to link it in his. Gingerly you pulled yourself up, knees buckling and wobbling as you staggered to the door and then out down the now lit hall to the top of the stairs. As you both headed down, Kuroo was the first to look up and see you guys, and he cheered loudly, setting off the rest of the team, some of them clapping and wolf whistling like you two had just become newlyweds. Screw you lot, Dabi chuckled, raising his hand to catch a beer that Sedano had lobbed at his head. We've had a much better time upstairs than you slugs down here. Is that any way to talk to your team? Kuroo teased, elbowing Dabi as you both walked over to the vice-captain, and they sat down in the lounge chair. I want to sit in your lap, you said to Dabi, gently sitting down sideways across his legs and wincing a bit as you adjusted your seat. What, you don't get poked by something? One male member jeered. She already got boned before, Kuroo leered. Dabi's as soft as a banana in the bottom of the bin. Pro what? Confused and mortified laughter followed your comment, and you settled back against Dabi's chest as he cracked the beer can open and wrapped one arm around your waist and then took a sip. You can talk all you want, Dabi leered. My girl knows what's up. He ran his hand up your thigh, and then up your side, and then up your neck to your head, tilting it to the side so he could run his tongue along your skin up to your ear. Get a room! Someone shouted from the outside. They already did, one guy from inside replied. Kuroo's room. Oh, for hell's sake, Dabi. There better not be any body fluids on my sheets, Kuroo said in a low, threatening voice. I can't promise you that there isn't, Dabi replied with a smirk, taking another sip from the can. You mimicked his smirk, knowing full well what the sheets now looked like. Yeah, sorry about that, you said, no remorse in your voice whatsoever. Don't you apologise for anything, baby girl, Dabi whispered into your ear, his lips pressed right against it, making your hair stand on end. Okay, Daddy, you whispered back, turning your head quickly and kissing him on the lips. I'm surprised Sedano only got away with a single punch, Kuroo said from beside you and Dabi, breaking the awkwardness from your little private conversation. Yin, you should have seen the look on Dabi's eyes when he turned up here. The boys present chuckled and muttered to each other about what had happened outside the house while you were trying to escape onto the roof. What happened? You asked with an intrigued smile. I was trying to get on the roof. The hell? Dabi laughed. What the hell were you trying to do up there? I don't know, you replied. I was just desperately trying to get away from you. Yeah, she totally loves you, Dabi, one of the boys sneered. Just can't wait to get away from you. Shut it, wisecrack, Dabi snapped, pointing at the offender with his beer still in hand and then winking. Sedano had parked the car and was standing on the lawn with his arms crossed, Kuroo regaled. I had just turned up from the opposite direction when Satan here arrived. Formal names only, please. It's Mr. Satan, Dabi quipped before taking another sip of beer. Dabi literally launched out of the car window and in one stride had tackled Sedano around the waist, taking him down hard. I'm still frickin' winded, Sedano shouted from the kitchen. Shut it! You're ruining the heroic retelling, Dabi yelled, with a giant grin on his face. Go on, Kuroo. Doing a great job, baby. Kuroo gave Dabi a look, but continued anyway. Sedano yelled for us to grab Dabi, so we jumped into action. None of us had any idea of what was going on, but it looked like a fight had broken out between our third-year boys, so, had to help. You knew Sedano had taken me, though. You were there in the parking lot when it happened, he replied to Kuroo. Yeah, but we thought maybe Dabi had gotten serious and was actually trying to do damage. Yeah, okay, understandable. My guy here's a bit... You crossed your eyes and wound your finger around your ear, indicating crazy. She means amazing. That's sign language for frickin' amazing and brilliant, Dabi added quickly, making some of the boys laugh. So then there was 4 of us trying to hold this bastard back, Kuroo gestured to Dabi. Cap's too strong. He was getting a power-up from his hard-on the whole time, someone mentioned, and Dabi pointed at them with a smug smirk. Give that man a promotion, he said, taking another sip of beer. But Dabi got free, and then a few minutes later we heard you scream, Kuroo said to you. Yeah, he caught me on the balcony, you replied sheepishly. Had it been a few more seconds, I would have been able to make it onto the roof. You're a nutcase, Dabi chuckled. Imagine climbing onto the roof to escape your husband. You are not my husband, we're legally engaged by chicken nuggets, you replied. Stop trying to jump the gun. We do chicken nuggets, then rotisserie chicken for the actual marriage. Yes, dear, Dabi said proudly. You're a dork, you chuckled, craning your head to the side to kiss him again. The conversation changed and you snuggled down onto his lap, completely content in his arms, as they wrapped around you, and the Nekoma boys kicked back and chatted happily. This is the life, you thought with a smile, giving Dabi a grin when you felt him squeeze you. The night wore on and some of the Nekoma members were getting pretty drunk and sloppy, vomiting in random places while others tried to do backflips off the outside table. Babe, we should go home, you said, feeling a little tipsy from the accumulative sips of alcohol that you'd had from his drink. Yep, he said loudly, pushing you off so that he could try and stand up. I'll take you and you, he pointed beside you, with me. I think a threesome's in order. Who are you pointing at? You giggled, wobbling a little, still recovering from the rough session earlier. Her, Dabi slurred. She looks like you. She's copying you. Stop copying my girl, he shouted, obviously so drunk that he was seeing double. Kuroo, you called to the vice. This drunk ass isn't going anywhere tonight. Can we crash here? Yeah, sure, Kuroo called back, sauntering over to have a dig at Dabi. Hey, sexy man, you want to sleep in my bed? Oh, you're too hot, Kuroo. I'd totally top you. Bet your cakes are as soft yet firm, like a frickin' taiko drum. He immediately started wildly thrusting his hips and smacking an imaginary ass. Welcome to Drunk Dabi's inner thoughts, Kuroo mused with a chuckle. What do you really think of Yin? No, don't ask him that, you said quickly, but it was too late. Dabi had already grabbed you from behind around the waist and was holding you hostage as he started his rant. This girl is better than any other friggin' female on this planet, he punctuated. She lets me do it any way I want, kiss her like she's the only food I'll ever be able to taste, laughs like I'm going insane. She's my everything. Frick the lot of you. I win. The heck? You laughed, trying to get free. What kind of a speech was that? Friggin' amazing one, he stated proudly, swaying a little. Okay, that's a wrap. Let's get you into bed, you said, taking his arm that was wrapped around you and pulling on it. Wait, he slurred. I have an important announcement. No, you don't, you laughed. I do, he insisted. Kuroo, come here. Yes, my king, Kuroo yelled playfully, stepping forwards with his hand on his heart. Dabi stopped and squared up to him before pointing his finger at him sharply. You're the captain now. What? Kuroo asked, dumbfounded. You're the captain now. I'm formally passing on the crown to you. I'm graduated. I'm done. You're the captain of the Nekoma volleyball team now. Kuroo froze, the slurred, alcohol-drenched words of Dabi's striking him in the heart. Make the coach's dreams come true. Dabi continued. Make the battle of the trash heap happen. Kuroo roared, laughing, doubling over and clutching his middle as his hideous cackle echoed through the room, making you step back with affright as a single tear slipped down his cheek. You got it, he replied, straightening, wiping his eye, and stepping towards you and Dabi. Your man stepped around you and engulfed the taller male in a warm hug, sharing a soft moment as they realised that they would soon be parting as teammates. Make sure you come back and harass us at games, Kuroo said to Dabi as he pulled back. Yeah, of course. Need to make sure you don't get used to being free of me, Dabi replied. Keep all my bitches on a short leash. Even Yin? One teammate asked snidely from a short distance away. She ain't my bitch. She's my main. Dabi snarled drunkenly. Say one more thing like that. I'll have your balls so far up your ass they'll replace your tonsils. Noted, the player said stiffly, backing down quickly and stepping away. You let Dabi and Kuroo have another small chat, and then tugged on Dabi's sleeve cutely as you sidled up beside him and gave him your best begging puppy dog eyes. Take me to bed, Daddy. I'm sleepy. You begged him sweetly in a whisper, giving him a cute little pout as you waited for him to look at you. Without warning, he turned and scooped you up, tossing you over one shoulder and holding the back of your dress down so the guys couldn't see you pantsless. I'm off, Dabi slurred, marching in a zigzag line towards the stairs while you screamed at him to put you down. After finally convincing him to let you walk the stairs by yourself, you led him back up to Kuroo's room and crawled up onto the bed. You ready to go again, baby? He cooed, stripping down to his boxers and crawling up over you as you lay back. I bet you can't even get it up, you absolutely blotted, you teased him, reaching down to his boxers and grabbing a handful of his limp everything there. Oh, I can get it up, just wait, he said, hanging his head and making a straining noise. What the hell are you doing? You chuckled. You sound like you're about to take a dump. Don't you dare drop a fresh one on the bed. I'm getting it up, he retorted drunkenly, still grunting and straining. You grabbed between his legs again, but everything was still soft, and you laughed. Stop pushing! I don't want round 2 anyway. It's coming. It's coming, he strained. What's coming? A hard-on. No, it's not. You can't push a hard-on up. Your voice was mixed with fear and amusement at drunk Dabi and his absolutely hilarious stupidity. Finally, he collapsed onto you, defeated, and still soft. I had to do some serious heavy editing of that chapter. There's like 2 chapters of voice that needed to be spliced out of there. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for the amount of just absolute, in this book. Anyway, chapter 37 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.